Norway and Canada, two nations famed for their stunning landscapes, high quality of life, and enviable social systems. But what's it really like to live in either? Norway dazzles with fjords and a robust welfare state, while Canada boasts multicultural cities and vast wilderness. Both countries promise stability, opportunity, and happiness. But beneath the surface, daily life can look surprisingly different. Today, we'll uncover how the cost of everyday essentials, like groceries, reveals the true economic realities of these northern dreamlands. Picture yourself shopping for basics: bread, milk, eggs, chicken. In Norway and Canada, your total at checkout could be shockingly different. While both countries are wealthy, Norway's geography, high wages, and import reliance drive up food prices. Canada's larger agricultural sector and competitive markets usually mean lower grocery bills. These differences aren't just numbers. They shape your budget and lifestyle in ways you might not expect. Let's break down how these price gaps impact everyday life. We're diving into a head-to-head food price showdown between Norway and Canada, looking at the real cost of living in 2026. We'll compare staples: bread, milk, eggs, chicken, salmon, steak, and even eating out. But it's not just about prices. We'll also consider salaries and purchasing power to see who really gets more bang for their buck. By the end, you'll know which country stretches your grocery budget further, and why. Ready for the ultimate cost of living face-off? Let's get started. Bread and milk, simple, essential, and surprisingly revealing. In Canada, a loaf of bread costs about $2 to $4. In Norway, expect $3 to $5, often higher. Milk, Canadians pay a regulated, manageable price. In Norway, a single liter can cost as much as 2 liters in Canada. These small differences add up, especially for families. Norway's higher prices stem from high wages, strict regulations, and tariffs. Your morning toast and cereal just got pricier in Oslo. Eggs are affordable in Canada, but in Norway a dozen can cost $6 to $8. Another hit to the budget. Cheese. Norway's famous brunost is delicious but pricey, with blocks often topping $10. Canada's cheese isn't cheap, but it's usually more affordable and offers more variety. Chicken follows the same trend. Cheaper in Canada, pricier in Norway due to production costs. For everyday protein, Canadians get more for less. In this round, Canada wins on affordability. Norway shines with salmon, fresh, high quality, and reasonably priced thanks to local production. In Canada, especially inland, salmon is a luxury. But when it comes to steak, Canada dominates. Local beef is accessible and affordable, while Norwegian steak is rare and expensive. For seafood lovers, Norway takes the crown. For meat lovers, Canada is unbeatable. The grocery showdown reveals where you live shapes what and how much you can put on your plate. A healthy diet is built on fresh fruits and vegetables, but getting your 5 a day can come at a very different cost depending on where you live. Let's start in Canada. As a massive country with diverse growing regions, from the orchards of British Columbia and Ontario to the farmland of the prairies, Canada produces a significant amount of its own produce. Of course, it also relies heavily on imports, especially during the long winter months, primarily from the United States and Mexico. This combination of domestic production and accessible trade routes generally leads to a wide selection and competitive prices for things like apples, potatoes, carrots, and onions. Even for imported items like bananas, oranges, and avocados, the sheer size of the Canadian market and its efficient supply chains help keep prices in check. You can fill your cart with a colorful variety of fruits and vegetables without feeling like you've just bought a collection of precious gems. While prices can spike seasonally or due to weather events affecting growing regions, the overall cost remains manageable for the average household. A healthy diet is generally affordable and accessible, which is a key component of a high quality of life for many Canadian families. Now let's take our shopping cart to the produce section of a Norwegian supermarket. The picture here is quite different. Norway's cold climate and short growing season mean that a vast majority of its fruits and vegetables must be imported, often from distant countries in southern Europe, Africa, or Latin America. This long journey adds significant transportation costs. On top of that, Norway imposes high import tariffs on many agricultural products to protect its own limited domestic farming sector. This combination of factors creates a perfect storm for high prices. Items that are cheap and plentiful in other parts of the world, like bell peppers, tomatoes, grapes, and even a simple head of lettuce, can be shockingly expensive in Norway. You often find yourself paying by the unit or by weight for items you'd normally buy in bulk. A single cucumber or one red pepper can have a price tag that makes you think twice. This doesn't mean Norwegians don't eat fresh produce, but it does mean they often have to be more selective and budget conscious in the garden aisle. For variety and affordability in fruits and vegetables, Canada is the clear and undisputed winner. Let's compare a week's groceries in Canada and Norway. In Toronto, a typical basket costs about $150–$180 per cat. In Oslo, the same items can total $280–$320 a cat. That's a huge difference, over $100 more each week. For families, Canada is simply easier on the wallet. After a long day, fast food feels like an easy, affordable fix, especially in Canada, where a combo meal is budget-friendly. But in Norway, that same meal can cost double, turning fast food into a pricey treat and highlighting big economic differences. Why does a burger cost so much more in Oslo? High wages, expensive ingredients, steep rents, and a 25% VAT all add up. So when you pay for fast food in Norway, you're buying more than a meal. You're supporting the Norwegian way of life. In Canada, menu prices seem low, but tipping 15 to 20% is expected, making your final bill much higher. In Norway, menu prices are higher, but service is included, and tipping is rare. So the price you see is the price you pay. Two very different tipping cultures. Despite the differences in tipping culture, the overall cost of dining out in Norway remains significantly higher. Even after accounting for Canada's expected 20% tip, a comparable meal in Norway almost always ends up being more expensive. Let's take our example of a dinner for two. In Canada, a nice meal with a main course each and perhaps a shared appetizer or dessert might come to $100 before tax and tip. With everything included, your final bill lands around $130. It's a nice treat, but for many, it's an affordable monthly or bi-weekly occurrence. In Norway, the menu prices for that same meal would be substantially higher from the start. Two main courses alone could easily total $90 or $100. Add an appetizer and a drink each, and your bill could quickly climb to $150 or more, even before considering a small optional tip. For many Norwegians, eating out at a restaurant is considered more of a special occasion than a regular routine. It's something you do to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary, not just because it's a Tuesday and you don't want to cook. The high cost makes it a luxury experience rather than a casual convenience. The price of alcohol also contributes massively to the high cost of a restaurant meal in Norway. The country has extremely high taxes on alcoholic beverages, part of a public health policy aimed at curbing consumption. A single glass of wine or a pint of beer at a restaurant can cost $15 to $20. Ordering a bottle of wine with dinner can easily double your bill. In Canada, while alcohol in restaurants is marked up, the prices are far more moderate. This difference alone can turn a reasonably priced meal into an incredibly expensive evening out in Norway. Ultimately, the entire restaurant industry in Norway operates on a higher cost basis. High wages, expensive ingredients, steep rents, and heavy taxes on both food and alcohol all combine to create an environment where high menu prices are a necessity for survival. While the quality of food and service is often excellent, you are paying a premium for the entire experience. So if you're a foodie, who loves to explore new restaurants and dine out frequently, your budget will stretch much further in Canada. For the sheer pleasure of eating out affordably and often, Canada is the undisputed champion. We've talked about individual items, but now it's time for the Grocery Basket Challenge, a real-world test of grocery costs in Norway and Canada. We'll use a typical family shopping list: bread, milk, eggs, beef, chicken, cheese, butter, fresh produce, snacks, and soda. We'll buy these items in both countries, compare prices using the current exchange rate, and see which basket costs more. Let the challenge begin. Our first stop is a typical Canadian supermarket. We fill our cart with staples: bread, milk, eggs, cheese, meat, and produce. The total comes to about $73 Canadian before taxes. This is our baseline cost, the benchmark for comparing grocery prices with Norway. Let's see how it stacks up. In Bergen, Norway, our grocery trip quickly reveals sticker shock. Everyday items, bread, milk, eggs, cost far more than in Canada. Even ground beef is nearly 50% pricier. Our cart matches our Canadian list, but the total is over $35 higher. That's a fundamental gap in the cost of feeding a family here. $35 more per week on groceries in Norway may not seem huge until you realize that's Balliet in pounds and that's in 20 extra a year. That's money a family could use for travel, savings, or peace of mind. In Norway, higher grocery costs are a real financial hurdle. Your dollar simply goes further in Canada. Norway's food prices are much higher than Canada's, but that's only half the story. Norwegians also earn some of the world's highest salaries, often much more than Canadians in similar jobs. So the real question is, how much does it cost relative to what you earn? That's purchasing power. Norwegians earn higher salaries, but everything costs more. That's where purchasing power parity, or PPP, comes in. PPP compares what your money can actually buy in different countries. Norway's groceries cost 50% more, but salaries are often 30% higher. So despite the sticker shock, Norwegians still enjoy strong purchasing power. Food is just one expense. Housing, transportation, and childcare matter too. In Canada, housing is a huge financial burden, while Norway manages it better. Norway also offers affordable daycare, unlike Canada, where costs can be overwhelming. Ultimately, your needs, car, kids, or home, shape which country is more affordable for you. In Norway, high salaries and taxes fund the social wage. Free healthcare, tuition-free universities, generous parental leave, and robust unemployment benefits. Unlike Canada, where you pay out of pocket for many services, Norwegians enjoy security and quality of life as a right of residency. While paycheques and receipts matter, true quality of life is about work-life balance. In Norway, personal time and leisure are deeply valued, with generous vacation and a culture that encourages disconnecting. In Canada, work often takes priority, with less vacation and more pressure to stay connected. For those seeking balance and time for life, Norway stands out. A high quality of life is built on a foundation of security. This includes not only financial security, but also the feeling of being safe in your community and having access to help when you need it. Both Norway and Canada are consistently ranked among the safest countries in the world, with very low crime rates. You can walk through the streets of Oslo or Ottawa late at night and feel a sense of peace and security that is rare in many parts of the globe. This shared sense of public safety contributes immensely to the relaxed and trusting nature of both societies, allowing for a more open and community-oriented way of life. However, Norway often has a slight edge in metrics related to social cohesion and trust. It is a smaller, more homogeneous society with a very strong sense of collective responsibility. This translates into high levels of social trust, not just between people, but between citizens and their government institutions. This trust is the glue that holds the social fabric together, making the high-tax, high-benefit model work. In Canada, a nation built on immigration and celebrating multiculturalism, the social fabric is different. It is a vibrant mosaic of diverse communities, which brings incredible cultural richness. but can also present challenges in creating a single, unified social identity. When it comes to healthcare, another pillar of security, both countries have universal publicly funded systems, meaning access to necessary medical care is based on need, not ability to pay. This is a fundamental similarity that sets them both apart from many other nations. However, there are differences in the details. Norway's system is highly centralized, and as we've noted, out-of-pocket costs are capped at a very low annual amount, after which most services, including prescriptions, become free for the rest of the year. This provides a very strong and predictable financial safety net against illness. Canada's healthcare is administered at the provincial level, leading to variations in coverage across the country. While hospital and doctor visits are covered, there are significant gaps in the system. Prescription drugs, dental care, physiotherapy, and mental health services are often not covered by public plans, requiring individuals to rely on private insurance, which is typically tied to employment or pay out of pocket. This can create significant financial burdens and inequities in access to comprehensive care. For a system that provides a more complete and financially secure health safety net from top to bottom, Norway's model offers a more robust guarantee. Where you live shapes your happiness. Norway offers dramatic, accessible nature. Mountains and sea are always close, even in Oslo. Canada's wilderness is vast and diverse, but often farther from city life. Canadian cities are vibrant and multicultural, while Norwegian cities feel cozier and quieter. Both countries value the environment, but face unique challenges. Norway's prices are higher, from groceries to dining out. But Norwegians also earn more, balancing out the cost of living. Canada offers lower prices but lower wages. In the end, it's a split decision. Your preference depends on what you value most, lower costs or higher pay. Ultimately, the decision between moving to Norway or Canada in 2026 is not a question that can be answered by a spreadsheet alone. It's a deeply personal choice that hinges on your individual priorities, your stage of life, and your vision for a good life. Do you prefer having more disposable income for daily purchases, or would you rather have a higher gross salary that gets channeled into a comprehensive social safety net? There is no right or wrong answer. It's about finding the country that best aligns with your personal values and financial style. If you are a young professional who loves the energy of a large multicultural city, enjoys eating out frequently, and wants to see your grocery budget stretch as far as possible, Canada might be the perfect fit. It offers a dynamic lifestyle with more affordable daily costs, especially if you land a high-paying job in a city like Calgary or Montreal. You'll have more money in your pocket after your grocery run, giving you the freedom to spend on hobbies, travel, and the vibrant cultural scene that Canadian cities offer. The Canadian dream can be very appealing for those who value choice and a more market-oriented lifestyle. On the other hand, if your top priorities are work-life balance, job security, and long-term peace of mind, Norway presents an incredibly compelling case. If you have or are planning to have children, the value of subsidized daycare, free university education, and generous parental leave is almost incalculable. If you value deep connections with nature and a society that prioritizes leisure time, the Norwegian model is hard to beat. You will pay more for your steak and your beer, but in return, you get a society that takes care of many of life's biggest financial worries, from healthcare to education for your children. So would you rather earn a Norwegian salary and pay Norwegian prices, benefiting from a world-class social safety net? Or would you prefer to enjoy Canada's lower food costs and vibrant, diverse cities, while taking on more personal responsibility for things like childcare and supplementary health? Both are fantastic countries that offer an exceptionally high quality of life. The choice is yours. We hope this showdown has given you the information you need to make the best decision for your future. Let us know your choice in the comments below.